Well, turning to the war in Ukraine now, and overnight, Russia launched its biggest attack so far. That's according to Ukraine's Air Force. One Ukrainian F-16 pilot was killed as Ukraine was targeted with more than 500 missiles and drones. Some homes and factories were damaged. The barrage came as President Putin suggested that a ceasefire could be discussed at a new round of peace talks. But the prospect of a halt in fighting is deeply worrying to Ukrainians living under Russian control. Russia now occupies just under 20% of Ukraine, mainly districts in the east. The BBC has spoken to Ukrainians in the city of Mariupol. Along with the testimony of those who escaped, we've pieced together details of daily life. The city's Russian administration didn't respond to the BBC's questions. Our Yogita Limai reports.
A city bathed in Russian colors. These are some of the most recent available images from occupied Mariupol. Celebrations for World War II Victory Day. Military costumes, parades and performances. Soviet-era traditions that Ukraine had increasingly shunned, now imposed in occupied territories. This footage, filmed by pro-Russia influencers, paints a picture of a city that's being reconstructed. The exteriors of the buildings on the main street, including this drama theatre, where hundreds were killed as they sheltered in a targeted Russian bombardment, show barely any sign of the brutal war fought to capture Mariupol. But from just outside the city centre, this video, verified by the BBC, shows large areas still in ruins. A reality that Olha Onishko, who escaped from Mariupol after more than 2 years of living under occupation, also testifies to. She's now in Ukraine's Ternopil.
The Russians constantly lie. They have repaired the central square, but the rest of Mariupol is still destroyed. They cleared the debris in some places. Dead bodies were piled onto trucks along with the rubble and taken out.
This footage is secretly filmed by Ukrainians in Mariupol waging a resistance against Russia, showing how they're living. With dirty tap water, barely any electricity and poor phone networks. And in schools in and around Mariupol, young students are being taught Russia's narrative of events. Here, the annexation of Crimea presented as the Crimean Spring, in which Russia liberated it from Ukraine. It's too risky for Ukrainian activists in Mariupol to speak out openly. We communicated with them over a messaging platform.
Children are taught that Mariupol is eternally Russian land and that Russia saved it from the Nazis. Teachers who refuse to take these lessons are fired or intimidated. It's like a reprogramming of the minds of our children.
The activists also told us about their operations. These are secret videos taken by one of them.
I document information about Russian weapons, ammunition depots and soldiers. I also paste leaflets and spray paint messages on walls.
This is one leaflet which says, "Liberate Mariupol." And this is video of a railway signalling system being set on fire by resistance groups, disrupting a key train line into the city. But Russia is trying to crack down on the resistance. In Ukraine's Dnipro, we met Andriy Kozhushina, who worked for one of the groups. He escaped Mariupol when the Russians found out about him.
I was at the store buying bread when I saw a soldier showing my photo to the cashier, asking if they knew the person. I realized then that I had been exposed and decided to leave.
And from inside Mariupol, a message.
Giving away territory for a deal with Russia will be a betrayal. Dozens risk their lives every day to pass information to Ukraine. Not so that some diplomat in a suit will sign a paper that will hand us over. We don't want peace at any cost. We want liberation.
Yogita Limai, BBC News, Ukraine.